According to Tom Quinn, Meghan picked up unfavourable nicknames like Lite and Duchess of Difficult during her time in the royal family after developing a poor relationship with palace staff. Meghan Markle was nicknamed Meghan and the Duchess of Difficult behind closed doors by palace staff, a royal author has claimed. The sharp monikers came after the Duchess of Sussex left courtiers in the royal households unimpressed with her behaviour within only weeks of arrival, especially when it came to her rude attitude towards servants. Biographer Tom Quinn made the shocking claims in his book Kensington Palace, an intimate memoir from Queen Mary to Meghan Markle after speaking to several staff at Kensington Palace following the departure of Meghan and Prince Harry to the US. One servant told him that the American's background likely influenced how she interacted with the courtiers, saying, "Like many people not used to dealing with servants, Meghan overdoes the imperiousness. So on the one hand she wants to be like Diana, a people's princess, and on the other she wants people to stand to attention when she clicks her fingers." Tom says this led them to come up with their own not-so-endearing ways of referring to Meghan among themselves, writing, "This cut no ice with the staff who, according to reliable reports, began using rather unflattering nicknames for her within weeks of her arrival, Meghan, the Duchess of Difficult and even D2 or Lite." Meanwhile, the royal courtiers at Kensington, the same Tweedy, British, public school, ex-army aristocrats they've always been, simply didn't know what to make of Meghan. Her bad reputation around Kensington Palace while staying in Frogmore Cottage contrasted with their warmer feelings towards Kate Middleton, who is described as being much kinder towards staff. Kate is actually one of the nicest royals, and she hasn't let life in her extremely grand apartment at Kensington go to her head, or at least not too much, a palace insider reportedly said. In an article for The Spectator, Julie Burchill said speaking her truth has been one of Meghan Markle's USPs, and what an absolute disaster it's been. Burchill continued to state how despite Meghan quitting her acting career she was still continuing playing a role. She said though the Duchess had been assumed to have quit her acting career in order to spend more time with her merchandise, perhaps she was actually performing her most convincing role yet, that of a loving daughter unwillingly estranged from her darling dad, distraught when the clammy claws of the press got their hands on private correspondence. She also claims Meghan was dishonorably, for using the very real evils of racism and misogyny to conceal her true mission, ceaseless promotion of herself to a level of sainthood, or at least Oprahhood. But the curtain has been pulled aside and, as with The Wizard of Oz, we see the C-list actress, growing old in a profession obsessed with youth, manipulating a damaged and dim young man for her own ends. In short, what I memorably named the grabdication. While, The Telegraph writes, her admission that she misled the court in a sworn statement also raises the issue of whether she committed perjury, though legal experts suggest her actions have not crossed the threshold for what is a criminal offence that carries a maximum sentence of 7 years imprisonment, giving the possibility of being detained at Her Majesty's pleasure an entirely new spin. Either way, recollections will be unlikely to vary when Meghan Markle goes down in history.